During the Lenten season, it is very common for Catholics and Christians to conduct Visita Iglesia, or visitation of 7 churches, representing the early practice of pilgrims in Rome who visit 7 basilicas as a sign of penance in the ancient time. During this year of 2023, let's find out if people, especially millennials and Generation Zs, still do this customary practice. There are a number of theories on the origins of this church visit tradition. Among them says that this is a practice of early Christian communities of the Roman Empire to commemorate the suffering and death of Jesus in 7 parts. Another theory states that when Christianity became the official religion of the Roman Empire under Emperor Theodosius I, the practice evolved to its current form of visiting 7 churches. It is also believed that the practice symbolizes the 7 major basilicas founded in Rome, which were believed to hold the tombs of prominent martyrs. In the Philippines, Visita Iglesia became a tradition because of Spanish colonizers, while the Augustinian missionaries spread the practice in 1560s. During those times, there were only a few Catholic churches in the country, and a great distance separated these churches. In the 21st century, it is no longer just a religious practice but also a way for tourists to visit historic churches in the Philippines. In the account of historic churches, 5 of the 7 barrack churches in Intramuros were destroyed during World War II. Good thing other landmark churches spread across the country for people to visit. Stations of the Cross may also be held during Visita Iglesia, where devotees either visit 14 churches for each of the 14 stations of the Cross or pray 2 stations in each of the 7 churches.
But here in the Philippines, there has been a temptation that they do the Visita Iglesia as a kind of excursion or outing. But that should not be done because it's a religious devotion and a religious practice which gives us a lot of hope in seeing the churches as a sacred space that gives us light and strength to be able to face the challenges of life. The only difference is people now come in their own casual wear. Before, the Visita Iglesia was done with more devotion in the sense that when people enter the church, the women wear the veil and the men enter in their long pants and not in their short pants.
In line with the Lenten season, we listed a couple of churches that you can visit for the Holy Week or even for a quick trip. First in our list is Intramuros' gem, Manila Cathedral. This church rose from the desolate ruins of the old cathedral, which was bombed mercilessly along with the rest of the walled city during the Battle of Liberation in 1945. The Manila Metropolitan Cathedral was solemnly consecrated on December 7, 1958, before the Feast of the Immaculate Conception. The Cathedral of Manila was able to reign as Queen of the Walled City, refuge of Manila's denizens and symbolic seat of the Catholic Church in Manila. Just a few walks from the cathedral is San Agustin Church, which is also a part of the Walled City's rich history. Next stop, Cacho Church, which is just a few kilometers from Intramuros and is one of the most famous churches in Manila as it holds the ancient image of the Black Nazarene. Just a few meters away from Cacho Church is another historical parish which was founded in 1600s, the Santa Cruz Church. On the other hand, Binondo Church, which is also within the proximity of Manila, can be found near the Plaza San Lorenzo Ruiz. History says that the church is previously named as Our Lady of the Most Holy Rosary Parish and is now called as the Minor Basilica and National Shrine of St. Lorenzo Ruiz, dedicated to the first Filipino saint venerated in the Roman Catholic Church. More options to head into Manila for your next Visita Iglesia include San Sebastian Church, which was originally made from wood but got burned down during the Chinese Revolt in 1651. Its appearance is majestic with all of its pillars, crystal chandeliers, and stained glass windows, and is now over 300 years old. Adding into the list is the Our Lady of San Loreto and St. Francis of Assisi Church in Bustillos, or more commonly known as Kambal Simbahan, as they are built right across each other. Off to another picturesque parish, Santo Niño de Tondo Church is one of the earliest churches established in Luzon by the Spanish friars and possesses one of the oldest organs in the country. More or less 4 kilometers away from the center of Manila, you can spot Malate Church, which is also known as Our Lady of Remedios Parish and was founded by the Augustinians in 1591. The Baroque-style church was designed with a solid compact stone structure ornamented with a flaming heart symbol on both sides of its entrance. To top off and wrap up our list is the very popular Baclaran Church in Parañaque. Devotees usually flock at the shrine every Wednesday, day and night. History says that it was just a small desolate village of grassland near the sea in 1932 when the Redemptorists came. Fast forward to the present time, the small wooden chapel transformed into the biggest shrine dedicated to our Mother of Perpetual Help. In a much significant note, Father Salonga emphasized the importance and real essence of Visita Iglesia regardless of time.
The importance of visiting churches during the Lenten season is to remind us of what the Lord did. He suffered, died, and rose again. So in visiting churches, we are reminded of what happens whenever the Mass is celebrated, because in the Mass it makes not a repetition, but it makes real what the Lord has done in order to save the world.
Different periods, different ways, different activities, different traditions. Nonetheless, may the Lenten season remind us to honor the sacrifices of Jesus and let these pave way for more meaningful realizations. For Golden Nation Network, this is Jasmine Cacho.